this microphone to stay still. Ah, yes. The early morning music blasters. Well, at least it's a good song. Make it last forever. Sometimes the music that gets blasted in this neighborhood is just god awful. Awful. So, this isn't so bad. This morning at like 6 a.m., somebody was blasting Michael Jackson's Butterflies, and I was totally okay with it. I just wanna touch the kiss that I wish that I could be with you tonight. You give me, yes, you give me butterflies inside, and it's a great song. Hello friends, and welcome to part 2 of the mid-year check-in. If you missed part 1, I will link it right here. You can check it out at your leisure. If you want to go back and do that first before you come to this, that's cool, but you don't have to. But today we are going to be looking forward. We're going to be taking stock of where we are right now and looking forward toward the rest of the year. Just like I did in the previous video, I'm going to just go over the questions. I'm going to talk about each one a little bit, and you're welcome to journal along with me, or you can just write the questions down and do these later in your own time. And I'm also going to be giving my own answers to the questions just to share with you where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm living. Let me show you this setup I got here to combat the moving sun. Got this giant patio umbrella just keeping Mr. Sun off of me. I don't have to keep dealing with that changing light situation. I'm learning, friends, I'm learning. Hooray. Anyway, that's enough jibber jabber. You want to grab a pen and a paper or a pencil or a magic marker or a crayon? Why do people just call them magic markers? They're not all magic. They're just markers. Is that just a blanket term for any sort of kid's marker that's washable? Ah, the important mysteries of life. Anyway, grab your preferred writing utensil and some paper, and let's get going. Question number 1. Where are you now? So in the previous video, we looked back and took stock of where we were at the beginning of this year just to get an idea of where we started from so we can see how far we've come. Now I want you to take some time and summarize where you are right now. What's your living situation? What is your relationship situation? Just what's going on? What's going on in your life in general? For me, where am I right now? What's going on right now? Well, I am still not working. Well, that's not true. I am not currently bringing in an income, but damn it, am I working. I am settling into this whole stay-at-home mom life, and I am loving it. I'm loving just the fact that I just get to be with my kid all day, and I get to watch her grow, and I get to just play with her and snuggle her, and we get to take naps together, and I don't have to worry about childcare or going to other people's house. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I just get to be with her, and that's wonderful. And it's really hard. It's really hard. She is all of my time, and I'm also trying to work on some personal projects, including this channel, things that are really, really important to me just as an individual who's trying to do stuff with her life, and it's really hard. I'm also trying to live that entrepreneurial life and shift into that work-at-home mom situation, which is honestly something I've been trying to do for years. However, I was always doing so many different things that I never put in the necessary focus that I needed to actually get something going. But I am definitely in a place now where I have decided on what I want to do, where I want to go, how I want to show up in the world, and it's just a matter of right now is trying to find that balance with working and mom stuff and home stuff. Adrian and I really want to move. We really want to move. We want to live somewhere calm and quiet and peaceful. So yes, we want to move. However, the whole situation is very unclear. We don't know. Hi, Rascal. Rascal's up on the fence. We don't really know where we're gonna go right now, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done before we can even think about moving. But overall, I'm doing so much better. I am so much more connected to myself. I've been meditating daily. I'm feeling optimistic about the future in spite of all the garbage that's happening right now. Hi, Rascal, featuring Rascal's Tale. I am more clear about what I want. Oh my God, I've been doing so much healing, so much releasing. I'm learning so much more about who I am in this new chapter of my life. You know, it's interesting meeting yourself for the first time after a really big internal shift. I'm feeling so much better in my body. I'm feeling more energetic and more ready to start actually moving and being strong, and you know, it's all very good stuff. Very good stuff. But yes, that's where I am right now in a nutshell. Question 2, just like in part 1. What are my pain points? We looked at what our pain points were back then, where we were struggling, where we were having problems. So I want you to reevaluate where your pain points are now. Some of them may have carried over. All of them may have carried over if none of it was resolved or addressed. Some of mine have carried over. Some of them may be brand new that have just sprung up during the last 6 months or yesterday. Take a moment and jot down some of the areas where you are currently having problems. Where are those areas that you are struggling? It's important to know what your pain points are, because how else are you going to know what you need to do? This whole process isn't about setting big, high-achieving goals for yourself. This whole process is about checking in on your emotional, mental, spiritual, physical well-being, your overall wellness. And we need to know what's wrong at the core so that we can address it. I have had some Rascal. Lay down. My biggest pain points right now are probably just feeling very scattered, feeling very overwhelmed with all the things that I'm trying to do, and balancing that with being a mother and taking care of our house and taking care of our everyday responsibilities. It's really overwhelming, and some days I can't focus on anything. I feel very scattered and very confused. Some days are great. Some days are just feeling very tired, lack of energy, lack of enthusiasm. I know where a lot of that's coming from. I'm not sleeping properly or on a regular schedule. I'm not eating as well as I should. I won't realize I haven't eaten until like 2 in the afternoon. And by then, like, I've already got a headache and I'm exhausted and frustrated. So, yeah. I'm still not really working out regularly. On the rare occasion that I do something, it's like dancing in the living room for 5 minutes with the wiggles. Other super big pain point right now is the house and all this stuff. That's one of the biggest reasons why we're not really sure what we're gonna do as far as moving goes, because we have so much stuff and it's gonna take so much time to get rid of it. Personally, I'm just wanting to rent a dumpster, pull it up to the house. I'll throw everything in it if that means we can go somewhere else. I am ready to move out into the woods in a beautiful plot of land with a river or a creek running through it. I don't care if we have to live in a camper for a year. Just take me away, please. So, that's where I am. I'm tired, I'm scattered. We have too much stuff. Not really taking very good care of myself. That's just a cute face. Next, question 3. What do I want to release? What is it that you need to let go of right now? Are there any judgments or resentments that you're still holding on to? Are you carrying around some intense limiting beliefs that's keeping you from moving forward? Are there patterns or habits that you've recognized in the past 6 months that are still holding strong? Take some time, think about anything that you're holding on to that is keeping you stuck, and decide to let it go. For me, there's only really one thing that I'm really working on letting go of right now. Okay, well, 2 things. One of them is something that has carried over from earlier in this year. I am still working through some serious workaholic tendencies. I have an addiction to busyness, and I have been addressing it. It has been getting better, but I did notice that when I started this, I'm in a 12-week business coaching course, and I did notice that once I started that course, I became obsessed again. I became obsessed with working and needing time to work and feeling resentful when I didn't get time to work, feeling like I had to be working on it all the time. You know, I'm sitting on the floor with my little girl playing with blocks, and I've got a notebook next to me so I can work while I'm playing at the same time. That's not cool. That's not good for her. I'm not being present. My attention is divided. That's not good for anybody. I'm not actually getting any sort of focused work done, and I'm also not being fully focused and engaged with my child. So this is something that I really need to let go of. I have to find a balance. I was listening to a podcast yesterday from Ali Kazaza. She is the supreme mother's helper. She teaches moms all about how to live more simply and less cluttered and chaotic and overwhelmed, and gives mothers tools to live a more balanced and productive, badass work-at-home mom life, or just a stay-at-home mom life. Doesn't necessarily need to be business related, but she's great. Go check her out. I'll probably link that specific podcast below because it's gold. But she talked about our tendency to overwork and make things so much more complicated than they need to be, because we're trying to prove to ourselves that we are worthy of having it. There's this idea that a lot of us have ingrained in our system that if we're not struggling, then we don't deserve it. When we're working towards something, if it isn't really, really hard, if it isn't, and that's just absolutely not true. And it's something that I've really been working through. And so that's a big thing that I really need to release. I need to let go, let it be easy. The biggest thing that I'm currently working on releasing right now is resistance. Resistance in the form of limiting beliefs, resistance in the form of self-doubt, because I'm ready. I'm so ready, or more accurately, I'm ready to be ready. I am ready to move forward. I am ready to proceed with this life of mine. I know what I want now. I know what I want to do. I'm taking steps, but I've hit a bit of a wall. This is nothing new. I've come to this place before. Whenever I've gotten really, really gung-ho about something and I've been working really hard towards something and making progress and taking steps, at some point I just freeze up. I can do all the planning, have all the ideas, get all the stuff done, but when it comes time to really committing to it and really implementing it, I completely freeze up. I get stuck and overwhelmed. I get caught up in my head. I get confused. Suddenly I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Suddenly I want to switch gears. I want to change. Suddenly the thing that I thought that I wanted to do isn't the right thing. And it's all resistance. That's all it is. It is all fear and doubt and limiting beliefs, upper limiting myself, Look that up, the upper limit problem. It's a real thing, but it is huge. It is. And I can feel some emotions coming up as I'm talking about this. It is so big and so deep and so complex. There is a web of limiting beliefs inside me, and I am so ready to let it go. I'm so ready to grab hold of this life. This is good. This is good. Tears are good. Tears are our body's way of releasing stress. Tears are our body's way of letting us know, yep, there is really something here. Obviously, this is a very deep issue for me, and the fact that yes, I'm crying, but I also feel very settled in this idea shows me that I am really ready to let these things go, that I am really ready to move forward, and that's a very good thing. So I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. Moving on. Whew, wasn't ready for that to come out, but here we are. Vulnerability is the name of the game, people. It's time to stop hiding our feelings and to be unabashedly ourselves, and that includes crying on camera for the world to see. Next, and our last question, what do I want to focus on? What do you want to focus on for the rest of this year? I'm not asking you to set any goals. We're not talking about like, oh, I want to make $5,000 by the end of September. I don't know. So I want to lose 20 pounds. No, we're not doing that. That's not what this is all about. When it comes to your overall well-being, your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional health, I don't think it's a good idea to set actual goals for yourself. That whole SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely goals, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's smart to put time limits on your personal development. This is an ongoing process. Growing into your best self, becoming who you truly are, and growth in general should never have a time limit. It is a lifelong journey. And I think we do ourselves a disservice by setting actual measurable goals for ourselves when it comes to this area. So I prefer to just talk about areas of my life that I want to focus on. You will see some sort of result. Just because it's not specific doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. So these are just areas that you want to focus on to address some of those pain points, and also just things that you want to bring more of into your life. As for me, the biggest thing that I'm focusing on overall is balance, foundations, systems. I've done so much work in just getting connected to myself, just taking it slow, slowing down, going inward, doing a lot of internal work, and getting reconnected. And now it's time to sort of come out of that and really work on my external world, finding balance in the work I do, finding balance between getting work done and being with my kid, setting solid foundations, working on my finances, setting systems in place. Dear God, I need a routine. I need daily ritual. I want to wake up at the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every night. I want to read before bed. I want to get up and move my body. I want to eat regularly. I need a routine, because without one right now, I'm sort of just flying by the seat of my pants, living by default and just sort of letting the day happen to me rather than taking control of my time and how I spend my days, blocking out time to work, blocking out dedicated time to play, blocking out time to spend with Adrian, you know, setting schedules. I want this. I want more structure. I want more stability and predictability, especially for Rowan too. Little kids need predictability. They need patterns. It helps them feel secure. And I think it helps me feel secure too. So that's a big one. I want to focus on my physical health. I want to have a regular exercise routine. I want to eat at regular intervals throughout the day. I've also decided that I am going to go mostly plant-based. I say mostly because I'm trying to do this gradually. I'm not trying to go cold turkey on everything and find myself feeling deprived and angry and irritable, but just I'm starting to shift over because one, I need to. I don't like the way I feel when I eat certain things anymore, and I also think that it's just something that we all need to do. Honestly, I think that every human being needs to go more plant-based, because the whole industrial food complex industry has destroyed this planet. And a lot of these viruses that we've been seeing, coronavirus included, they've come from eating animals. It's just true. And so I think it's a change that I really want to make for myself. I want to focus on this house. I want to focus on getting rid of all this freaking stuff and clearing out space, simplifying, opening my space up. I am not a minimalist by any means. I love art, I love color, I love rich, luxurious textures and fabrics and antiques, but we have a lot of crap that we don't need. It's just shoved under the house and in the shed, and it's just, I'm starting to feel it. So I really want to focus on clearing out clutter, clearing out space, getting systems in place, getting a solid foundation and structure for my life and for my family's life, taking care of our physical health, and just overall, just getting my shit together. That is the focus of the next half of this year. But hey, that's it for the mid-year check-in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you share this with your friends. I think it's important for all of us to check in with ourselves once in a while, see how we're doing, refocus, reassess, realign, change as needed. It's the only way we're going to keep growing and keep moving forward. We got to check in with ourselves, check in with each other. And again, I'd love it if you could share with me if you want to share your answers to some of these questions. At least, like, what are you focusing on right now? What are you going to be focusing on for the rest of the year? Even if it's just one thing, I would love to know about it. You can talk to me on Instagram. You can go join us in our Pearls and Ivy Facebook community. We can share it there. I would love to hear from you. I want to create a supportive group of people who are all working towards a more beautiful life for themselves, because that's what matters right now. We need to start creating a more beautiful life. Life is supposed to be more beautiful than this. All this anger and this frustration and this division and fighting, and we need to shift the energy of this world. And the easiest way to do that is to shift the energy in yourself. We are all connected. We are all one. And when we shift the energy of the world, we need to come out of this dark place. It's time to come out of the darkness. It's time to come out of the sadness and the confusion of the last 6 months and move forward. It's time to move forward. Start caring about one another. We can't let what's happening around us consume us. Yes, we need to stay informed. Yes, we need to stay involved. Yes, we need to stay active. However, we cannot wallow in it. There is no time to wallow. There is no time to sit in the darkness. We have to come out into the light. We have to lift one another up. We have to support one another. We have to keep ourselves strong, alert, healthy, vibrant, joyful. Yes, we can be joyful right now. God, yes, we can be joyful right now. We just entered into Leo season, and that is all about being courageous and brave and loud and shiny, sparkly, big. Freaking Gryffindor lion energy. Yes, we need that right now. We need to ignite our brave, courageous Gryffindor hearts and fight for what's right and come at it with love and compassion and all of that sparkly goodness. I hope you enjoyed this. If you really liked this, share it, like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm coming out with a new one. And yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Okay, bye. How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living? In living color. I didn't do my hair today. It's just this like fluffy bed head. Whatever. I did put some makeup on. So that's nice. Bare minerals, y'all. That's just a cute face. Let's see if I can make it cuter. That's pretty good.